So not only did Avengers Endgame jump us a pretty substantial amount into the future of the MCU, which of course was followed by another small time jump by Spider-Man Far From Home, now we can confirm that the upcoming Disney Plus Hawkeye series is going to see another significant time jump forward. And this could be really interesting for how this sets up the future of the MCU. So Marvel Studios is shooting the upcoming Hawkeye series in New York, and as part of shooting anything, you need to design sets or take the existing locations and transform them to look how they would in the universe/product that you're shooting. And as people have noticed on sets and posted pictures online, the series has posters for New Year 2025. So just to explain this and the difference so people aren't confused or know what's happening, Avengers Endgame ended up ending to the point where the film takes place in 2023. This is due to, in part, the time jump that we had during the movie, which was 5 years between Infinity War and Endgame. Now in 2023, that's where we thought we would see the upcoming projects pick up, because Spider-Man picked up right after the events of Avengers Endgame, about 6 months after that. But this clearly indicates to us that another 2 years have passed since the ending of Avengers Endgame, meaning that some of the Easter eggs, references, and things that they're going to mention in this show are going to be centered around things that could possibly already spoil some other things. And we already know, due to previous reports and what Kevin Feige has said himself, and that's the fact that Marvel Studios has had to reshuffle some ideas and move things around slightly so they wouldn't spoil other things. So for example, Spider-Man 3, whatever happens in that movie, wherever Peter Parker ends up, whatever happens with him, they might be able to reference it in this, because we're assuming Spider-Man 3 is not taking a 2-year time jump as well. Is Moon Knight already in New York? Is he gonna cameo in this? Are other Marvel characters gonna appear in this? What's the status quo? I mean, look at that. 2 years after Endgame, this is pretty far into the future. Now, my guess is that this was done, one, out of necessity to give them more room to build up towards the MCU's future. By the time this comes out, my guess at the end of 2021 or early 2022, 2024 to 2025 is only going to be 2 to 3 years away. So again, they want to be slightly ahead of where we are in our timeline, and also be pushing forward into this ever-changing MCU and establishing younger characters already growing up and existing in this universe. And I think that's significant here. The fact that they're already doing these pretty significant time jumps forward, meaning we're going to see characters age up rather quick. The next time we see Cassie Lang, like, she's gonna be an adult almost, which is definitely a far cry from how she was at the beginning of Ant-Man.